Okay, this section on songwriting is not in the manual. I'm adding this because I really wound up using this more than the songwriting scenarios that are in the manual. Or I should say, I added this probably about a year ago, and I really just found this to be super, super easy for me. But perhaps the songwriting scenario 1 or 2 in the manual will work for you. Songwriting scenario 2 is not. I'm not making a video for that one. I think the other video regarding songwriting pretty much covers it. So this one's different, and here's how it works: is that you give the kids a starter lyric. So, for example, I'm looking at song 1 here. Here's the melody. Again, I'm going to start on the chorus, just like the other approach to songwriting. The melody's too high for me to go up into the register. It is. Most of these junior rockers' melodies are too high for a male to sing, unless you've got an awesome range. So I have to either sing it in falsetto or sing it down an octave. So I'm going to just kind of hum it down an octave. Yeah, so it's okay, so it's really way up there. Way up there. So what I do is I'll start with the starter lyric. And I would just make it up on the spot. But if you want to, prior to meeting with your group, come up with that, that's great. Here's what I got for this one. We should spend the day at, and I'll say, okay, guys, here's the starter lyric I have. Where do you guys like to spend your day? And then they all start talking. We should spend the day at, what do you guys think? Where should you spend the day? Some kid shouts out Six Flags, which is a big amusement park here in Missouri. Great, Six Flags. Six Flags, I like it because you can do a lot with that in terms of storytelling, and it fits. Six Flags is, it's two syllables, but it will fit over the... You can go Six Flags. We could spend the day at Six Flags. Great. Then I'll say, okay, well, what are some things that you guys like to do at Six Flags? So here's what I did is I came up with the starter lyric and I asked a question. We should spend the day at, where do you guys like to spend the day? Six Flags. What are things that you like to do? And I'm going to listen for the things that they like to do. And at some point, some kid is probably going to mention a roller coaster. So I'll say, great, I'm listening to their brainstorming, and I'm going to pick the story that they go with, or the one that I like in terms of where I think we can develop a story. If a kid talks about going to the food court, it's going to be tough to talk about a food court at Six Flags. But they said roller coaster. Roller coaster is the first thing that comes to mind when I think of Six Flags. Kid says roller coaster, so I'll then say, roller coaster, that's great. What do you think if we say this? So I'm going to write the lyric right there in the moment. But they're going to feel like they own it. It was their idea, but I'm going to write it. So I might say, what do you guys think if we say, ride the roller coaster? So the whole thing would sound like this. We could spend wrong chord. We could spend the day at Six Flags. Ride the roller coaster. Hey, can you guys, what are some different roller coasters at Six Flags? And now they start talking. Well, I asked that question, but I want them to say a specific roller coaster. I want them to say Thunder. I don't know if there's really a Thunder there, but let's just say that there is. And the kids are, I like this one. I like this one. I chose Thunder because I want some 2 or 3 syllable name for them to say. And the fact that they're going to choose a proper name of something, that name's really going to stick out when we sing it, and people in the audience will also probably latch onto it just because it's something that's recognizable. So a kid shouts out, "Oh, Thunder, I like going on Thunder." Okay. So now I can say, ride the roller coaster, Thunder. We got the whole, not the whole chorus yet, but now we've got a whole kind of complete idea. we could spend the day, or we should spend the day at Six Flags, ride the roller coaster Thunder. Bum ba-dum, bum ba-dum. Okay, so I ask questions, I listen to the responses, and I plug them in to lyrics. All right, so like, what do you guys like about this roller coaster Thunder? I mean, like, what's so cool about it? Oh, it has this loop-to-loop thing. Okay, someone said loop-to-loop, kind of a cool thing. Can I fit loop-to-loop and loop-to-loop? That doesn't sound good. But it goes upside down. Upside down, I like that. Hey, what do you guys... Wait, so you said loop-to-loop, right? So when you do the loop-to-loop, you go upside down, right? That's kind of the coolest part of a loop-to-loop. Okay, so what if we say upside down, upside down, upside down? And the kids will be like, yeah, okay, cool. This is a safe way to get them to feel connected to the songwriting, and it's safe in terms of that no one is going to feel like no one's going to feel like they're coming up with bad ideas. That's their biggest fear, is that kids are going to say something and everyone's going to go, that's stupid. You know, and that's happened before. And okay, you scold the kid for, hey, you shouldn't talk that way to other kids, but it doesn't matter. At that point, the kid's feelings are hurt. So this is the way, no one's feelings are going to get hurt. And really, all they're doing is they're looking at each other to see if they're agreeing with you. Hey, what do you guys think if we say upside down? You guys like that? I think that's pretty cool. Oh, yeah, I like that. They're looking at each other. Okay, he's saying it. She's saying, they're nodding their head. Yeah, I like it too. So here's the whole thing. Do you wanna, we should spend the day at Six Flags, ride the roller coaster Thunder, upside down, upside down. Now I would like to have new lyrics here, but you know what? It's enough. We can play it, we can sing it. That took all of just a few minutes to write. Let me check the time. Okay, so, 7 minutes. And I think I said in an earlier video, I like to come up with these bogus school records. Guys, the school record for writing a chorus is 10 minutes. Let's see if we can beat that record. You could even, with that, you could really make a real record in your school and post that up on Instagram or Facebook. We have a new school record for writing a chorus. These guys did it in 7 minutes. While this is rolling, let's just let's see if we can write the verse. So the verse melody is, yeah. Ba-da-da-da-da-dum. Da-da-da-da-da-dum. Ba-da-da-da. Ah. Ba-da-da-dum. Okay, I got the melody. Okay, so we've been playing, it's been a few weeks. We've been playing song 1. It's no longer called song 1. It's now called Upside Down, or maybe it's called Thunder, Roller Coaster. These are all really cool titles. Now, a few weeks later, guys, we need to write the verse. Now we need to talk. Now this is going to be a whole different experience. Let's talk about this story. Guys, we're saying we should spend the day at Six Flags. We're going to, ride, the roller coaster. We're going to go upside down. Let's tell a story that leads up to us going to Six Flags. Why are we there? Now I'm making this video. It's in May. So kids right now, they're thinking about getting out of school. So I'm going to ask them questions and try to manipulate them or persuade them to tell a storyline that I think would work. So I might say, okay, well, what do you guys like what happened in these kids' life that let them, allow them to go to Six Flags? Is it is it a school trip that they're on? Is it maybe the end of the school year and it's the first weekday or the day after school just got out and they're going to Six Flags? They're going to pick that because they don't want to think about a field trip. They want to think about, I'd love to go to Six Flags the day after school gets out. Okay, so let's tell a story about going to Six Flags. It's a day after school got out. And who are you going with? Are you going with your family or are you going with your friends? They're probably going to talk about going with their friends. Okay, so that's enough to get a story. So they already feel like they own a part of that verse because they wrote that story. It's okay. So I'm going to say, so what if we come out and say something about it being the last, about school being over? Yeah, we like that idea. And I'll start out with the starter lyric. I'll do it right there in the moment. Last day. Last day works. Today is the last day. What do you guys think of that? You like that? Yeah, they're going to say yes. And then what if we say tomorrow is something? Today is the last day of school. Of school when? Like of school this month, this semester, this year? What do you think? I want them to say this year, and they'll probably say it. If they don't say it, which they probably will, I'll say, well, what about this year? And oh yeah, sure, that works good. Today is the last day of school this year. Now I can, with that, I can now start firing questions and really let them kind of develop this next part. What are some things that you like to do on the last day of school? And they say, oh, my family, we always go out for ice cream. Oh, yeah, where do you like to go for ice cream? Oh, we like to go to Ted Drew's. For those of you that haven't heard of it, Ted Drew's, great, best ice cream here in St. Louis. If you say Ted Drew's in a song, everyone's going to it's going to sit well with people. Oh, great, Ted Drew's. Okay, so let's say something about Ted Drew's. Today is the last day of school this year. Let's go to Ted Drew's, eat some ice cream. You guys like that? Let's go to Ted Drew's, eat some ice cream? Yes. Did they write that? No, I did. But they contributed to it. They contributed to the storyline. They chose the location, Ted Drew's, eat some ice cream. Or go to Ted Drew's, eat some ice cream. Ba-da-dum. Da-da-dum. Okay, we gotta say something. Let's say something about Ted Drew's ice cream there. What do you guys think of it? Like, do you think, does it taste good? Does it taste bad? What do you think? It tastes good. What about, it's so good. It's so good. And they're all going to agree because no one wants to stand out and disagree. And other kids are kind of going like this, so they all agree. So here's the whole thing. Today is the last day of school this year. Let's go to Ted Drew's, eat some ice cream. It's so good. It's so good. Repeat it. Today is the last day of school this year. Let's go to Ted Drew's, eat some ice cream. It's so good. It's so good. We should spend the day at Six Flags. Ride the roller coaster thunder. Upside down, upside down. We should spend the day at Six Flags. Ride the roller coaster thunder. Upside down, upside down. Okay, a few things in the storyline that don't work 100%. It's kind of sounding like, wait, you're going to go to Six Flags on today? No, it's going to be tomorrow. But, okay, good enough. The kids are feeling good about it. The lyrics make sense. There's a little bit of a storyline. There's little words in there that are going to pop out in the listener's mind that are going to, help them remember it. And they're going to perceive it as a real song. And that's the name of the game, is you don't want it to sound like nonsense. If you give the kids free rein, it usually will turn into nonsense.